Hello dear friends, Fisher here. Today we continue with our beautiful stories, Power of the Spirit by ALFRED HOSP, also known as Freddy in the book. And today Bruno's giving a talk to his acquaintances as usual, and also they were having a break, and then Bruno lied there in the room and then having a rest. And then after that, when the break finished, and then people was amazed, why Bruno knew so much of their conversation. Like, they didn't say anything. He was asleep. And Bruno said, why is this so incomprehensible to you? It was only my body that was asleep after all, and myself was walking around and was standing amongst you. While you were breaking your heads over the unimportant things, I was listening in, and I only had to shift gears back down to my body again, so that I could give you the right answer by means of it. For you still do not understand me by any other means, though a time is coming when it will be necessary for you to understand me, even without this body, and to speak with me without seeing me, as you do so. On the path to God, seeing only comes much, much later. But you will also be able to do this one day, once you have achieved the maturity for it. A little paragraph here, dear friends, and Bruno sending a couple very important messages to us. First, we are of spirit, and we are a spirit. We are not of this physical body. So it is very simple for Bruno. And then if you understand this, dear friends, and so you know how Bruno will walk amongst us, or how God in ultimately walk amongst us, because they do not need the physical form. It's only us, because we see and because we perceive the world by seeing by our own physical eyes. That's why we cannot see the spiritual world, and that's why we are very limited into perceiving or understanding the truth of this world, because we commonly say seeing is believing. For whatever we don't see, or for whatever we can't see, we do not believe. Anything beyond the perception of our physical eyes, that we cannot see, and then we don't believe. And often that's far away from the truth. Dear friends, we first is a spirit, and then we have the physical body. And then we complete or accomplish our tasks God has ordained for us, as we have promised before we came into being. And these days we are just so limited, and most of us, we are so limited, including me, and I can't see into the spiritual world. And that is for a good reason, and I don't believe I can handle it if I see the ghosts all around me, or see the devil around me walk on the street, and then I don't believe I can handle it. So that is for a good reason, for our protection, that we do not see, that we cannot bear. Unlike Bruno, and he saw everything in his life, and then because he was able to endure, he was able to bear. As the old saying said, God does not give you anything that you cannot bear. So sometimes, do not be over curious. That was my personal weakness too. I'm always curious about things, how things be, this and that, and want to know my past lifetimes, and want to know how the spiritual world looks like. And sometimes they say the curiosity kills a cat. So be curious, but not over curious. And as what Bruno said, if you want to know your previous lifetimes, and then you just need to overcome a great deal. And then if you cannot if you yet overcome a great deal, and then you cannot bear whatever things happen in your previous lifetimes. So in that case, it's better you do not know, dear friends. We do not know. Sometimes, it's better we do not know the 100% truth, because we cannot bear that, and whatever we know serves us a good purpose. As long as we keep striving, we keep seeking, we keep growing our spiritual strength. We be courageous, and then as our abilities and strengths building up each day, and then finally, when we reach our maturity, spiritual maturity, we'll be able to see all our past lifetimes, and that will serve a purpose to improve us, that not serve a purpose to make us feel guilty, or holding us back. So because I might be a murderer in my previous lifetime, so if I knew that, and I'll be carrying that kind of thoughts, that kind of emotion throughout my this present lifetimes, very likely to do so. And then in that case, and then I'll stop growing, because all these past lifetimes dwellings in my mind, and then that all slow me down, stop me from progressing. So it's better, as what Bruno said, to have a fresh start, that we do not know nothing about the previous lifetimes, so we can progress, and from a very fresh beginning, so live accordingly of God's divine law in this lifetime. And then, as what Bruno said, there will be a time that we'll be able to speak with him and to see him without our physical eyes, so which is our spiritual eyes open. And then how we open that, mine's not open 100% yet, so I can't see Bruno with my spiritual eyes. So dear friends, but I know I need to keep striking on, or walk on the divine path, so one day finally I will get there. The physical life is like running a marathon. We live a present life is like running a marathon. And then for the soul level, there was tens of thousands of years of, if not millions of years of revolution. So we are basically running a long marathon. So every day, don't think about too much about future. Don't think about too much about the past. So every day, today, the present day, we need to make good, have a peace of mind, and then every day we go forwards. We take one step forward. So, and then after 1,000 days, so we're 1,000 steps ahead. It's always like that, dear friends. So tomorrow is built on today, as today is built on yesterday. So live today and make the most out of it. Okay, dear friends, so wish you have a good day, and God bless.